biggest challenge is to ensure minds remain focused on the importance of keeping an eye on the strategic goals of the institution, while simultaneously investing in technology to achieve near-term regulatory requirements. As an institution, one choice can be to make a series of tactical RegTech decisions that allow for ease of short-term implementation, but may leave you more exposed from a holistic perspective. This is because the tactical-only approach may not leave you well-positioned for the future in terms of your cost base and your competitive horizon. So typically what we find is that it may be more prudent to make medium-term RegTech decisions so that you get the benefit of scale and cost. With regulations continually evolving to keep pace with the markets, and the simultaneous desire of firms to transition to a digital-led infrastructure, the need for data, messaging, and workflow standards has never been greater. An example is the focus on digital ledger technology and artificial intelligence, each of which requires all participants in the chain and within the network to agree a common definition of all data elements utilized. This allows for a correct data model and messaging framework to be applied. Taking machine learning as an example, with data models growing increasingly complex, the need for commonly agreed and consistently applied data standards takes primacy and can influence whether a firm is truly able to generate business benefits from their RegTech investments. Firms need to start coalescing their data models and pull things in more centrally, and a reliance on the definition of the data elements and data standards can help support that. This year's consultation touches upon the areas of functionality, data enhancement, service availability, as well as a proposal related to the DSB's dispute resolution process aimed at reinforcing parity and equal treatment of all DSB users. The consultation paper also provides an update on activities resulting from prior consultations so that industry has transparency into DSB activities. Looking specifically at each area of this year's consultation paper, the DSB asked users whether they would welcome a more structured format of notifications and updates to help drive further functional efficiencies. Users were able to provide views on whether the use of a more structured format might assist with the consumption of DSB notifications into their own automated processes, enabling AI-driven robotic process automation, for example. Additionally, this year's consultation examined industry's appetite for the creation of two new user categories, one offering a light-use, search-only API capability, allowing new users with lower transaction volumes to join the service and search for data in a scalable manner. The second new user category we created was focused on whether industry saw the need for the DSB to provide one-time data snapshots for specific date ranges and asset classes, so that new DSB users could more easily build a local cache of OTC, ISIN, and CFI data. If we next look at the data enhancement aspect, the consultation this year asked whether the DSB should analyze enhancement of the OTC FISIN, or financial instrument shortening, to reflect industry's needs based on lessons learned since the implementation of MiFID II more than 2 years ago. Looking at infrastructure needs more closely, we also asked users whether the DSB should undertake a risk assessment of two aspects of the current DSB infrastructure. The first was focused on whether users saw value in the DSB reviewing its current single cloud provider-based operations, together with a cost-benefit analysis of a potential move to a multi-cloud architecture. The second item on the list was intended to get user views on whether the DSB should perform a risk assessment of its existing model of global connectivity from a single active geographical region, alongside an analysis of the costs and benefits of mitigating any risks identified by the analysis. We look forward to publishing the summary report, setting out results of the consultation process next month on the 1st of July. Looking first at where innovation is coming from, the easy response is digital ledger technology and AI. The more nuanced response is it depends. Let me elaborate further. It depends because one needs to look at both the benefits offered by a particular technology and the prevailing state of the organization's infrastructure. This will inform the cost-benefit analysis, which in turn allows for more nuanced considerations about not just whether a particular technology framework will yield benefits in general, but how the institution in question is best positioned to leverage it in a way that returns a positive ROI. The need for balance is essential. Investment in technology has to be purpose-driven, solving both a short-term need while also helping position the firm for medium to long-term benefits. Moving on to the topic of the specific benefits of automation and AI for data users. Let's start by setting the scene in terms of the implications of AI for business strategy, and consider these in terms of process-driven initiatives and data-driven initiatives. Examples of process-driven initiatives include robotic desktop automation and robotic process automation. Examples of data-driven initiatives include machine learning, predictive analytics and decision engines, natural language processing, which is increasingly being relied on by regulators and market participants alike, and true AI for deductive analytics. At one end of the spectrum I described, you have doing tasks, and at the other end, you have thinking tasks, where the benefits of straight-through processing increase and can be accompanied by an increase in complexity and cost. There are several lenses that can be applied when considering this subject, but this is one that is usually easiest to communicate in a way that resonates with people. A tangible benefit of AI for data users is that building commonly accepted standardized data frameworks into an institution's infrastructure can lead to improved differentiation and thus greater market share and customer revenue, amongst other items. This is because data, including that used to facilitate regulatory reporting, can be leveraged to better understand customer trends and thus assist with improved product design. It can also be combined with unstructured data and users' inputs into various trading indicator decisions. There are many other benefits, but I will stop here. I'll keep my response to this to 2 sentences and say that the most exciting trend I'm seeing in the industry today is the focus on reinvention in a pragmatic manner. By this, I mean an increased acceptance of the need for symbiotic collaboration between global incumbents and fintech or RegTech institutions in order to deliver cheaper, more scalable results in a light touch manner.